Peace, fam. It's your brother Cool. There's been some craziness going on since last week. So I want to bring some things into understanding for you. I want to highlight some things for you. One, the police shooting is a false flag. First of all, identify all the people who've been murdered or killed. All right. Second off, you send a bomb to go. You send an exploding drone to go kill one of the opposing snipers. Somehow, some way, the identification makes it out of the explosion unscathed. Same thing with the Twin Towers and the people's passports. Another story. Mind you, the two previous days before, Arlington Sterling was killed, and Castile was killed. All right, two of our Moorish brothers. So don't get swayed by distractions. Don't get swayed by distractions. Back-to-back killings and then police shooting. And so now we're all weeping and crying and tearing over the deaths of police. Now, don't take me for a cold person, but I understand what situation I'm in. I know what time it is. See? So, and I did the math. So I'm not gonna sit here and cry, be sorry about 10 10 constables, right, losing their lives or being injured against the 560 men, women, and children of our people who were killed maliciously, savagely, with no type of repercussions or consequences. So that right there is called karma. Okay? Now, this is what you guys need to understand. Russia and China are coming. Russia and China are coming. Our brothers from the East are coming. This is a cosmic, galactic contract we have going on here. Okay? I'm not just talking about this planet. I'm talking about galactic treaties between those stars that we look up at every night. Those are galaxies. Inside of galaxies, inside of galaxies. And we're slowing them down because we're still vibrating too damn slow. So guess what's gonna happen? You guys like that movie Purge, right? I haven't seen the movie yet. Something's telling me to see it, so I'm gonna see it. But something about the storyline of it always caught my attention. Purge. What is the purge? You know what I'm saying? When the body catches a cold, it heats up to purge all the bullshit out. Once again, it's only us being committed genocide upon here, guys, right? Because one, there are no slave ships, there are no slave boats because we was already here. History traces us back into what is known today as Africa. Okay, 600 million years. I'm sorry, and what is known today as Africa can be traced back about 200 billion years of people smelting iron and metal. All right, 200 billion. History over here in the Americas, or what this portion of the Americas, 600 million. So either way you do the math, we've been here way before Columbus. I just told you 200 billion and 600 million. 200 billion in Africa, 600 million in the Americas. All right? Before Columbus. So, with that being said, there are no slave ships. So this is us. This is our land. The Aztec, the Mayas are really the Olmecs, which are us. You only find those Olmec heads in the Americas. You won't find it over in what is known today as Africa. Okay? That's us. So, black is the doomsday device. It is the silent weapon that is being used against the original autochtons or indigenous peoples of this land, who today classify under those slave brand terms of black, Negro, color, African American, Latino, Hispanic. These are not peoples. No such peoples exist. And that's why when you associate with that silent weapon or spell known as black, you're putting a curse over you. It's like putting a dark cloud right over you and everything else is sunny. On a bright sunny day, you got a dark cloud over you. Now you see, I will stand next to you. I don't classify as black. I am not black because I know who I am. I know where I'm from. There is no black cloud over my head. But we're on the same landmass. We're in the same area geographically. I'm seeing this bullshit as you're seeing the bullshit. But your perspective is way different from my perspective. Because with my perspective, I understand agendas being executed. When you go to a courtroom and you see and you see a lot of black people in there, you think that's by coincidence? We're being targeted. People who classify as black or white or any type of color is being targeted. But most importantly, the original peoples of the land are being targeted, who now today classify themselves as colors. Okay? That's why we're catching hell. But long story short, Russia and China's coming. My perspective, they're not coming for me. Those FEMA camps are not created for the original peoples of the land. Those FEMA camps are created for the parasites that they have to remove. Did y'all forget that the Pope came? When he came? 2014? 2 years ago, the Pope came down? In a Fiat? Riding around the states in a Fiat? Because the dollar is shit? Those aren't dollars. They're called Federal Reserve notes, aka Fiat. Counterfeit. And then you should read up the Pope's civil order that he posted. I think it was July 1st, 2014? Civil order for the Grand Republic of the Army, where he told United States to stand down. He told them that they're all corporate contractors. Their time is up. They have not abide by international law. So guess what's going to happen now? The UN's going to roll up in here with tanks, if there aren't tanks here already. There are tanks here already. Let's stop bullshitting. The tanks are here already. Okay? Russia and China are coming. All people who are going to classify as colors, okay? All people who are going to classify as United States citizens are going to be purged. You get me? You're going to be purged. And the time is now to nationalize. Nationalizing is not paperwork. Mind state. That's what having a nationality means. To have the mind state of nationhood, brotherhood. How are you going to be a part of the family of nations without a nationality? Because black is not a nationality. White is not a nationality. Colors of any kind are not a nationality. The only reason why whites have the privilege that they do have is, one, because that privilege is under the guise of your birthright, my birthright. That's one. And number two, the United States was created for them. So, of course, they're automatically going to have the advantage. We're in their house. Meaning in terms of jurisdiction, we're in their crib. We signed a contract, so we got to abide by their rules, their laws. In their crib. But what happens if you just walk outside the crib? You're no longer within that jurisdiction. But understand, within that jurisdiction, you're always going to be, or black people will always be at the bottom. And white people will be at the top. Because that's how the system was created, for them. We weren't meant to be a part of their system. Never meant to be a part of their system. We were never meant to be United States citizens, because we've been here dating back 600 million years, molten metal in the Americas. That's who we are. That's where we come from. But if you can't recognize that, you're going to be fooled. Because the agenda right? Treaty of Verona, 1724 Christian Black Codes. 1724 Christian Black Codes. It's an agenda being taken out or executed. When we get stopped, pulled over, tased, beaten, thrown in jail, found dead, found hanged, found mutilated, it's an agenda being executed. 1724 Christian Black Codes. King Alfred Rex plan to cause madness and mayhem, right? That's why they're killing mainly us, because we're the heirs. So they're trying to, population control, slice down or skim down the number of heirs. Because if we were all awake, it's a done deal. But none of us are thinking with a nationality mind state. Y'all niggas still think it's paperwork. Y'all crazy. You guys are crazy. And if you think protesting as black people is going to get you anywhere, you're crazy. The best thing you did do was grab guns. But check it. Property has no right to own property. So my phone cannot go and buy a gun. And then my phone cannot pull the trigger of that gun. So essentially, you saying you're black, you classifying yourself as my phone, a lifeless object. Just a piece of mechanics that can be just thrown away. Has no type of divine value or life to it that needs to be respected and untouched. Nah. You want to be black, you want to be African American, you want to be colored. So you're just my phone. You just told me you're my phone. So guess what happens if I step on my phone? Oops, I stepped on my phone. Oh well, back in my pocket. Is it still working? All right, back in my pocket. Now, I step on my phone and then one day the screen cracks. Oh, damn. I stepped on my phone, my screen cracks. I could work on it and fix it, or I could just throw it away and get another phone. That's how slavery works. When you feel like you have ownership to something, normally it's considered property. Because only way you become a slave or a Slav is one, when you start thinking outside yourself, and two, when you actually think that you are property of another man. You gotta understand. You see me? I'm not even property of my parents or my mother and my father. Correction. I'm not property of my mother and father. I belong to nature. This vessel, yes, came from my mother and the help of my father. But that is as far as that goes. Everything that brings life to this vessel is owned. Oh shit, I can't even say owned. Is a complement of nature. You can't put an ownership on what I am. But the moment you start thinking like that, hell opens up its gates. And hell loves company. That's why they say misery loves company, because misery is hell. You understand? So, Russia and China is coming. Our brothers from the East are coming. Who are you going to be? Because the original peoples of the land are going to be left to rebuild. And the people who are not are going to FEMA camps, going to concentration camps. This ain't the World Bank is doing this. This is the world. The other nations of the world doing this. This ain't a European agenda. This is a planetary thing, because what's going on over here in this particular landmass, or the heartland of the Moroccan Empire, known as North America, is affecting the entire planet. And what's affecting the entire planet is affecting the entire universe and its galaxies, and so on and so forth. So this shit is a very, very big issue. It may seem kind of like this, or it may seem like this, because we're here in this state. But in comparison to the rest of the universe and galaxies, is this. But this can become that on a galactic scale. You understand? So, reclaim your nationality. Find out who you are. Because it ain't black, it ain't colored, and it ain't African American. We keep trying to look for justice. as under those names that don't belong to us. They don't. So, who's going to be in a state of fear, a state of panic? Oh, and mind you, if martial law gets passed, guess who stays in office? Obama. So, if I'm Obama, martial law sounds like a really, really good idea. You have to start thinking like that. That's how I know martial law is going to happen. You know martial law is going to happen. Only thing is, which side of the field are you going to be on? Are you going to be home, or are you going to still be at someone's house? You going to build your own crib, or you still going to be at someone's crib? Peace.